Today, my story is about a 3-year-old that this took place in 2021, and he went missing for 3 days in the woods. And so I'm going to get into his story. October 6th in 2021, when Christopher Ramirez, he had been playing run around with his dog right as his mom, whose name was Aricela Nunez, she was unloading groceries. And so she's busy doing that. He's running around with the dog. Well, the dog runs off into the distance and Chris chases him. Well, when the dog returned, the little boy was not with him. So many family members went out searching for Christopher, and they were searching for a good 20 minutes or so when they couldn't find him at all. So they go ahead and they contact the Grimes County Sheriff's Office. They tell them that Christopher was wearing a bright green t-shirt and Mickey Mouse shoes. Well, over 150 law enforcement officers, including several canine units, began putting together a search and rescue. Friday after Christopher went missing, a nearby church was having its bi-monthly Bible study. Well, there, a person had been talking to a group of people, and she had just been chatting about the big news story in the area about little Christopher going missing. Well, a man by the name of Tim Halfin, he overheard this conversation. And so he began thinking about it. And he says that night during the whole Bible study that he just could not concentrate. He just kept thinking about this poor little boy. After the Bible study was over, he and several others before leaving ended up praying for the little boy, that God would allow him to be found as soon as possible. And as soon as that prayer ended, Tim says he just felt a strong urge within him. And he said it was God telling him to search the woods, calling out the boy's name when he starts hearing those same noises again. But he said this time, he got a response. A quote from Tim from a news station. He says, "Prior to that, I never got a response when I yelled out, but I called his name and he responded. He kept talking and talking, and I just went through the thick of the woods and I found him." End quote. Tim states that when he found little Christopher, he didn't have any clothes on. He didn't have shoes on. They weren't even in sight. He had no idea what happened to them. And now the little boy had been out there for 3 days with no food or water.